back to the phone lines, and we'll talk to Darren next in Arkansas. Hi, Darren.
Hey, Hank. I want to get some clarity on something. I was talking to you the other day about the state of the dead is what it was, and whether we have like a consciousness, the soul has a consciousness or whatever, and I didn't get a chance to sort of kind of speak again after that. The question and the concern is about the immortality of man. Is man immortal or not? And, a study of 1st and 2nd Timothy proves to me, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that man is not inherently immortal, because in 1 Timothy 6:16, he's talking about Jesus Christ. He said, who only has immortality, dwelling in the light, which no man can approach into. And then, real quickly, 2 Timothy 1:10 says, Jesus Christ has abolished death and brought life and immortality to light through the gospel. And then, again, 2 Timothy 4:8 says, I have fought the good fight and kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the righteous judge shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them that love his appearing. So that's what he gives as a gift, immortality and eternal life, and that's when he gives it, when he comes back. Well, how is that to be confused?
Well, I think that what's important is to take each one of these passages and look at them within their context. If you look at 1 Timothy 6:16, God is immortal in and of himself. We, by contrast, derive our immortality from God. Our immortality is contingent upon God. God, by contrast, is a non-contingent being. He doesn't depend on anyone else or anyone outside himself for his existence. So I think that's the point that's being made. So you're trying to get the passage to answer a question that the passage isn't intended to answer. What I'm saying is that you ought to look at the clear teachings of Scripture. Take that which is cloudy and always interpret it in light of that which is crystal clear. And there are crystal clear passages in Scripture. And I gave them to you the other day. There are many others, but if you simply want to take a premise and then impose the premise on the text, you're always going to run into misinterpretations of Paul, which is very unfair to him. He's being very, very clear about what he is saying in terms of the distinguishing factor between God and humanity in 1 Timothy chapter 6, and you're taking what is clear and making it cloudy, instead of taking that which is clear and testing that which is cloudy in light of what is crystal clear. The idea that somehow or other we are extinguished upon death simply does not fit the biblical narrative. Many examples could be given, and I have given those examples to you in a previous call because I remember talking to you. In Luke 16, Jesus told the parable of a rich man and a beggar. They die physically, yet they experience conscious awareness in the intermediate state. By the way, a fact that's difficult to deny, and that the rich man's brothers are living and final judgment has not yet occurred. And many other examples could be given. If the soul did not continue in conscious awareness after the death of the body, it would be incongruent for the Apostle Paul to desire to be away from the body in order to be at home with the Lord. And that's what Paul said, for to me to live is Christ, to die is gain. If I'm going to go on living in the body, that'll mean fruitful labor for me. Yet, what shall I choose? I don't know. I'm really torn between the two, says Paul. I desire to depart and be with Christ, because that's better by far. But it's more necessary for you that I remain in the body. How could death be better by far than further fruitful ministry if it entails soul sleep? The point in the passage, in the biblical text, is that far from soul sleep, to be with Christ is soul satisfaction. There are lots of passages that underscore that. Soul sleep has nothing to commend it biblically. You have to impress it upon the text as opposed to extracting it from the text. So the Bible makes clear the soul continues to have conscious existence apart from the body that dies.